Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're finishing our way through Superman number 29 with the four Kents. Now, if you've been counting, this is actually only the third Superman number 29 story, as they've all been four stories since Superman number 1. Well, there still is four stories, but starting with the last issue, one of them is now like a Lois Lane story that's about half the length of the Superman stories. And because we're mainly covering Superman, and Superman has yet to show up in one of those I've read, we're not covering those. Maybe one day I'll come back to them when we run out of Superman content to talk about. But as it is, we're on to the four Kents, who I believe are the villains. Sometimes that's not very clear. So this is a story about like a Kent family reunion, but not Clark's Kent family. A different Kent's, but Uncle gets confused and thinks Clark is his nephew Clark, who is a different Clark. This will all make sense later, hopefully. So Uncle Dudley of the Kents is supposedly this millionaire who's been staying with family and is worried that people are only really nice to him in the family because they think they're going to get something from him. So he comes up with a plan to have a family reunion, invites all the Kents, gets Clark confused with a different Kent. Clark decides to go anyways because he thinks it might make a great story, continuing the fact that Clark doesn't seem to understand what makes a news story. Reunion seems to be a carnival, meaning there's rides, and we know when there's rides around, Clark is going to change into Superman by jumping out of a ride. Actually, this doesn't happen that time. He does change in a massive crowd, right in the middle of the crowd, which statistically someone had to have seen him change, right? Things get ruined by the four Kents, who are four members of the family that are like the Beagle Boys, I would best describe them. They're criminals, known as the four Kents, or I suppose are known as the four Kents. Sometimes it's not very clear. They keep trying to kidnap Uncle Dudley, but every single time it blows up in their face thanks to Superman. Their final attempt involves kidnapping Lois and putting her on the top of a Ferris wheel, which I'm not 100% certain how that happens, because first she's at a party, then at the very next panel, she's alone on the street. I feel like there's missing a panel. But don't worry, Superman flings everybody out of the Ferris wheel and catches them. Wow. He saved them and probably gave them massive whiplash. You know what? This story's crazy enough to almost save the perfect streak that has been Superman 29. Eventually he puts away the four Kents, and it is revealed that he isn't the right Clark. The actual Clark Kent they wanted is a boxer who punches Clark out because he doesn't seem to be aware that more people can have the same name as him. Maybe he's too brain damaged. It turns out at the end, Uncle Dudley doesn't have a fortune. He lost it. Superman figures this out. And he is just trying to help the family. And he has been giving advice throughout the comic to help members, usually with the help of like another member. So we get this like moment where Superman tells one of the guys who has like a good investment idea that is a great investment idea. When did Superman get good at investments? Like, he knows how to make money, and how he makes money is finding sunken treasure under the sea. How does that relate to being good with stocks? Okay, that is it from Superman number 29. I'm going to have to say Superman 29's been the best Superman issue of the Golden Age so far. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. Until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? How do they introduce rides and not have Clark be thrown from one as he changes into Superman? Okay, have a great day.